Hi here, Vince here. I'm back for another video. Today I'm going to talk about a little debate of mine. Now, should Jack Maynard re-enter the jungle this year? Now, it's been a question that's been asked since he left the jungle last year. And you know what, I want to talk about it because we've got a new series of I'm a Celebrity starting very soon, so I really wanted to discuss it on my channel. So, who is Jack Maynard and what did he do? Well, Jack Maynard, if you've been living under a rock, is a YouTuber, over 1 million subscribers, he is quite successful. He's one of the members of the Buttercream Gang. Don't know why they're called the Buttercream Gang on YouTube, but they are. And last year he was one of the 12 celebrities going into the I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here jungle. However, it was very short-lived. He only was in that jungle for 3 days, unfortunately. Now the story about this was that Jack, the reason why he had to leave the jungle after only 3 days was because there were tweets that were resurfaced online saying when he was about 16, 17, so when he was much younger, practically a child, saying kind of racist and homophobic things. Well, he said the N-word and he said the F-word. And they resurfaced, and the producers of the show thought it wasn't fair for him to stay in the jungle, because, you know, the jungle, you don't have any outside information, so they had to let him go and see his tweets and apologise and, you know, have his say, because it just wasn't fair. But what we did know at the time was that Jack actually deleted most of his tweets before entering the jungle. But it was that specific tweet that was resurfaced the day he entered the jungle, and the press didn't like him and, you know, was trying to say all these mean things about Jack and every vlogger. So, yes, his time on the jungle last year was very short-lived, and it was very unfortunate. And also, it really kind of damaged the rest of the series last year for the jungle, because a lot of his social media following, his young audience, actually wanted to did boycott the rest of the series, because they felt like if Jack's not in the jungle, then what's the point of watching the rest of the series? There's not really any other campmates that a lot of people really wanted to follow, really, apart from Toff and Stanley Johnson. But apart from that, it lost some viewers along the way because of that. So, and a lot of people felt sorry for Jack, and they just didn't feel like they should watch the rest of the series. So now, after a year later since that incident, there have been some rumours that Jack Maynard could be re-entering the jungle. The bookies have said it's unlikely. Some people want him, Jack wants to go in again. So what do I personally think should happen? Should Jack Maynard re-enter the jungle? My opinion, me personally, I think he should. Because you know what, I think he's done enough to redeem himself. He had a year to redeem himself, and I think he's done enough. He's apologised for what he's done. You know what, and I think he should go back in, because you know what, he's also got a young social media following, and they will watch the show with him, and I think that the ratings could double, because he's carries such a great big social media following, and he's got you know, and if he doesn't go in the jungle, a lot of people will still boycott the show because he's not in it as well. So I mean, also another thing I want to point out is that on Strictly you've got Joe Sugg, who is a YouTuber as well. So, and he's doing extremely well on that show. So maybe if ITV takes a look at Strictly and seeing that they've got a vlogger on their show and they're doing really well, the ratings and success, and Joe is coming quite likeable to viewers, even people who don't know him. So maybe they could bring back Jack because of how well Joe's doing, and maybe ITV are quite jealous they might not have a vlogger. So they might bring Jack back. I mean, so yeah, I personally would like to see Jack Maynard in the jungle this year. I mean, I remember last year when the news broke and Jack Maynard left the jungle. I felt really deeply sad about the news, because you know he's worked so hard, and you know you get months in advance when you're going to go in the jungle, and you know only last 3 days. That's really sad. Not even doing a bush tucker trial. It was so upsetting to see, and you know what, I felt really sad. I mean, I didn't know how he was going to continue his YouTube channel, and you know you have to like post videos nearly every week while the jungle's still going on, and I feel, how can you move on? How do you keep on going when it's a massive shock to the system? How do you keep going? But he did, and you know, I wouldn't imagine being in his shoes. I still feel sorry for Jack Maynard. I think what he went through last year, he shouldn't. I think the press gave him a bad time. I think even ITV, even, you know, I mean, even the producers, I think if you remember in the final that the producer of the show told Antoinette to made a joke about Jack leaving, like, it was, Dex said, like, because when Jenny left the jungle, came forth, Dex said, oh, I had Jenny in my top 3, and then, well, Ant said, oh, who also would have been in my top 3 that didn't, and then Dex said, who, and then Ant said, Jack. I mean, what was the point of that joke? Seriously, I mean, it was so unnecessary. Like, anyway, I just hope that Jack Maynard goes back in. I have to be honest, because, you know, next week we'll probably have the first 10 celebs going in the jungle. I have to be honest, if he does go back in, I probably think he's most likely going to be a late arrival, like, to go in the jungle. Yeah, and, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of rumours this year of who's going to go who's going to go into the jungle this year. I think I've got 13 celebs in my head that might. But, I mean, if Jack Maynard doesn't go back in the jungle this year, I would be disappointed. I would be sad about the news. But you know what, we've just got to move on and just look forward to this series of I'm a Celebrity that starts. And you know what, I think if some of the rumours are true, I would like to see some celebs go in, and you know what, at least if Jack doesn't go in the jungle, at least we've still got Joe Sugg on Strictly. You know what? At least we got Joe on Strictly, because you know what? He's doing really well. Joe is doing fantastic on that show. He doesn't come across arrogant, he doesn't come across mean, he doesn't come across selfish, he comes across as a likeable guy. And he's doing very well. I hope he continues the hard work, because it's really paying off, and I really hope if Jack doesn't go back in the jungle, then I really hope Joe stays and hopefully goes through and potentially goes to the final and even potentially win. So yes. And you know what? You know, I mean, to all like the guys on the Buttercream Gang on YouTube, you know what? Actually, they're actually quite nice lads, actually, the Buttercream Gang on YouTube. I don't like it when they keep getting hate and a lot of stick, because actually they're actually nice guys, and actually they're doing really well on YouTube, and they're very successful. So yeah, I mean, so yes, that's my opinion. Do you want to see Jack Maynard back in the jungle this year? I'm probably thinking, if you're on YouTube, you probably do want to see him back in. Comment down below. Me personally, I would love to see Jack Maynard. He's redeemed himself last year, and I quite like he's got his relationship with Toph though. And I was actually quite happy Toph won last year though. But I predict, you know, I mean, very quickly, I just want to say, like, we always play the game like, what if Jack Maynard would have stayed last year? I think, because you know it's quite hard, because you don't know how he would have reacted with Ian Lee and Kezia Dugdale last year. What would have happened last year? And I predict he would have probably finished second, if you think of the following he has, and you know, his relationship with Toph, and but he might be in the jungle this year. You just never know what ITV has got up their sleeve, so fingers crossed. We're going to have a vlogger, he's going to come back in late in the series. Fingers crossed. I'd be really disappointed, but at least we've still got Joe Sugg on Strictly to support. So thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want more videos. Comment down below if you want to see Jack Maynard back in the jungle. I mean, I can't promise anything, but we'll just have to hope. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. Subscribe if you want, and yeah, I will see you for another video. Hopefully next time, maybe I'll reveal that Jack Maynard will be going in the jungle. Maybe not, who knows. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you next time for another video on my channel. Thank you so much, and goodbye.